can't escape. She's got plans for you.
The Mummy. So The Mummy is not really a sequel or reboot or anything that is Brendan Fraser with it. So you can say it's like totally a new universe. Universal did that they are going to combine a lot of monsters like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Invisible Man, Frankenstein monster, maybe Dracula and werewolf. And with this Mummy, so they're gonna put The Mummy as the first movie in this, you can say, Dark Universe franchise. Even though they call this the Dark Universe, you will see in the beginning of the film. So let me give you what is going on. So Tom Cruise is more like a thief, more a small person that you don't really give a shit about. And then he found out that and then he did something wrong, and then he found there's a mummy tomb in Iraq, or you can say Iraq, and then shit's what's going on, as you already saw in the trailer. And then Tom Cruise was cursed, and then there are a lot of things that you will expect from this film, as in there were going to be a lot of action, a lot of scary parts, like a lot of mummy related stuff, and zombies. I mean, technically mummies are zombies, so you will see a lot of action, a lot of magic and creatures, and a lot of dark, and then to get expect a lot of jump scares as well. And to be honest, when I left the cinema, I enjoyed this film more than I thought, to be honest, because the trailer didn't look good for me personally. I felt like it's gonna be another flop. There's no point of doing this film other than making money, which they are supposedly. But to be honest, that the way they make this film is really make us engage to have fun with this film. Maybe I am in the point that I felt very exhausted and I just want to watch a good movie and enjoy a movie, and then this film did deliver that to me, because to be honest, I had a long day and then I just want to watch a good movie, and then this film did deliver. So I want to talk about the good things and the bad things now. So the good thing is that actually the story is a bit too typical, and then some of the elements was a bit too expected in a way, but still, the second part of the good thing is that this film did so well that it makes you having fun, like I said earlier. So the story was a bit okay, it's too generic, but it's how the film makes it us as viewers, they make us really, really engage and enjoy this film. So there are a bit of unnecessary or unlogical stuff, but to the point it didn't even bother me that much, because I was really, really having fun. Talk about having fun, actually I find that the action is really a lot of fun. So whatever they show you in the trailer, even though it looks goofy and but the action was quite decent, to be honest. You don't see Tom Cruise doing a lot of agent stunts or whatever. You do see a couple of them, but some of the action sequences was a bit downscale, but it's more you can say very CGI heavy, but to the point it doesn't really bother me like what you see Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible or any other super lead action flick kind of stuff. But this one, because it's slightly scaled down, Tom Cruise is not really an agent like what he did in Mission Impossible, because his character is more like a petty thief, or he wants to get a lot of stuff, then sell it to the black market and get gold whatsoever and get into trouble. His character actually written for Tom Cruise was pretty well done, to be honest. I'm not talking about his Tom Cruise performance, more of the way they written for Tom Cruise was actually pretty decent, to be honest. You don't see him being the big shot or whatsoever, even though he is cursed by the mummy, because he is more of a smaller kind of character. When you watch this one, you will see that he's not really a big shot like the big name or agent whatsoever, because he's more of a kind of smaller, that you don't really care of character. It's then started to build him up, give him a bit more character. Actually, I find it more enjoyable more than I thought. And then I want to talk about the production side, and then the production side, some of the good stuff. The film is about 1.5 hours, and to be honest, it was kind of fast paced, and I felt every second was very, very necessary. So I don't find the film pacing was draggy or whatsoever. To be honest, I did kind of enjoy the pacing of it. It wasn't draggy, and then I like how they take how they utilize all their time to do this, and then they are going to make a lot of the next sequel, which will have other monsters in this dark universe. So that's why I felt like they did it quite necessary to make use of their own time. And then this is one thing I really wanted to talk about. In the trailer, the CGI was so bad to the point I didn't buy it, but in this film the CGI was done pretty good, to be honest. It was decent, because again, most of the time there were a lot of dark places, dark moments, so that's why they took out a lot of the details away, but it somehow felt appropriate in this movie because Mummy, dark tone, very dark places, and then there are a lot of night moments, so that's why it felt pretty appropriate, I would say that. Even though when it comes to the night scene, the CGI was done pretty well. It didn't talk out a lot of details out of during the night scenes. Okay, these are the good stuff I talk about. I want to talk about the bad stuff. As you all know that Russell Crowe is playing as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So to the point, I want to say that I felt like his Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde scene was very pointless. To be pointless, when you watch this film, you're gonna expect Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I was expecting only Dr. Jekyll, then Mr. Hyde in the sequel instead of in this movie. But I felt like there will be people going to expect Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But honestly, I was excited to see Mr. Hyde in this film as well. But I felt like the way they written him in this film was kind of pointless. There's no purpose into it. I find like it's not necessary. I rather save that Mr. Hyde in the sequel, but give it a bit of tease instead. That is how I felt. Okay, this is the one problem I have with the film. The two main characters, Tom Cruise and the lady, I totally forgot about her name. At the end of the movie, they are supposed to have this kind of relationship going on, even though they just met like a night and then they slept together whatsoever. Even though it felt like it's just established instead of a development. So I don't buy their chemistry at all, even though Tom Cruise is like, oh, I'm your man hero and whatsoever, like want to save the girl and such. At the end of the movie, he is trying to save the girl, but the chemistry is not there. I really don't buy that kind of chemistry, and it's really poor. And this is the one thing I really want to talk about. The performance in this film is really poor. Tom Cruise was okay, but I would say that it is his what you can say worst performance. It's not that bad. I can say his worst performance in his career. That is how I felt. And then Russell Crowe is not memorable. The girl was poor. I don't feel any emotional. I felt like she's very expressless. And then the Sofia Boutella, she was meh. I find that their performance is not that great, but I don't find it memorable. I would say that it's not memorable. It's nothing too exciting about. So those are the drawbacks. But still, at the end of the day, I find that The Mummy is a decent movie to watch. I find like this is a very good popcorn flick. I would say is a good popcorn flick. I really did enjoy myself watching this movie. So I am going to give The Mummy 7 out of 10. So this is my review of The Mummy. So to be honest, I am excited for the upcoming sequels. To be honest, this is not like the best movie, like a must-watch movie of 2017, but to be honest, I did enjoy this film. If you feel like having a popcorn enjoyable moment, you want to relax, you can watch this film, to be honest. And then I really do hope that we're gonna see more Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because that is like one of the mystery, or you can say a story that I really did enjoy. So this is my review of The Mummy. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel and see my other movie reviews in this channel as I post it out. And I'll see you all next time.